going to dive into the one of the recent circular issued by the CBIC, which is talking about the GST refunds on export of goods and services. So we are going to decode circular number 197 bar 2000 bar 9 oblique 2023, which is issued by the board on 17th of July 2023. So this circular is basically dealing with various aspects, and now we have the agenda for today's video presentation, which is the significance of GSTR 2B and GSTR 2A, the consequent changes in the declarations pertaining to GST refunds, and then changes made in circular number 135, 125 master circular, and rule 89 for the methodology of GST refund, and issues and solutions for 96 capital A sub rule 1. So we are, first of all, we are going to discuss GSTR 2A versus 3B saga, wherein I'm going to tell you that what will be the impact of GSTR 2B after 1st of January 2022, wherein section 16(2) AA has been made effective. So friends, let's divide this concept of input tax credit into three segments rather. The first segment is 1st of July 2017 till 8th of October 2019, wherein there was no rule 36(4), but practically form GSTR 2A was available. The second segment started when on 9th of October 2019, rule 36(4) came into existence without any corresponding provisions in the Act until 31st of December 2021. This rule 36(4) was without any corresponding provisions in the Act. This was the second phase. The third phase started on 1st of January 2022 by making suitable amendments in section 16(2) by introducing 16(2) AA. So friends, the circular says that post introduction of 36(4) from 9th of October 2019, the input tax credit was given on the basis of GSTR 2A. And before that, the ITC was given and the refund was given on the basis of 2A, as well as the invoices which are not there in 2A. If you submit the copy of those invoices to the officer, the refund was admissible. Now there was apprehensions from the officer's side that post 1st of January 2022, wherein 16(2) AA is made effective, and now GSTR 2B is the right form which is used for the purpose of taking input tax credit. So now the officers were asking to the board that how do they process the refund, whether they need to check GSTR 2A or 2B. The 135/5 was talking about 2A, but the Act is seriously amended. So now this circular clarified that 1st of January 2022, the officers are required to check only 2B, and they are required to process refunds for those invoices which are reflecting in GSTR 2B. Now there is one important clarification by the board that if some officers have processed some of the refund on the basis of extant guidelines, those cases won't be reopened because of the existing guidelines, yani the current clarification issued by the board by circular number 197. So those who have processed the refund, no need to reopen, but now onwards from 1st of January 2022, everyone is required to comply with 16(2) AA. So that was the paragraph number 1, very, very important. Now I'm moving to the paragraph number 2, which is talking about the declarations. Friends, before the amendment to section 16(2), the amendment to section 41 or the omission of section 42, there was a declaration which was talking about that the exporter is required to pay back to the government the amount of GST refund along with interest if he is not compliant with 16(2)(c) plus section 42 subsection 2. Now there is an amendment to this declaration. Now there is only and only reference of 16(2)(c). The reference of section 42 has been done away with because the 42 is now deleted and 41 is suitably amended to exclude the concept of provisionally accepted input tax credits. So this was a very, very important change in the declarations to be filed. So now we have in hand few of the takeaways wherein the GSTR 2A is completely, it has lost its significance from 1st of January 2022. GSTR 2B is now very important, and we advise you to submit that with your refund application. And the list of items in Annexure A of Circular number 125 is accordingly amended. Now, with that Annexure has removed the reference of 36. 4, you can say the reference of GSTR 2A and the reference of section 42, subsection 2. Now, friends, we have the third paragraph, which is very, very important, and I need to spare few of the minutes on this important provision of adjusted total turnover under Rule 89 sub Rule 4. So 89.4 says that how this refund amount shall be calculated. There is a formula for that, and the formula is refund amount is equal to turnover of zero rate supply of goods and services, and this will be multiplied with net ITC and divided by the adjusted total turnover. So net ITC will be, say, it is 270 rupees, and it will be multiplied by the amount of export turnover and divided by the adjusted total turnover, which includes export plus domestically supplied items. So my purpose of this discussion is that government always wanted to reduce the denominator. Obviously, they don't want to, they want to reduce the numerator, basically. I'm extremely sorry for that. And they want to increase the denominator so that the refund amount is always lesser. Because they clarified that the export of goods and services will be basically the lesser of two amounts. The FOB value of the export in the shipping bill, or the value of the goods in the invoice or the export invoice. So you have to take the lesser value in the numerator and the higher value in the denominator. So they were saying that the FOB value is, if it is lesser in case of CIF contracts, that will be taken as a numerator. And there was no clarification, and there was huge confusion whether the adjusted total turnover will be taken as same or the different amount. So now the board has categorically clarified that the similar amount shall be taken in the adjusted total turnover also. You can see the illustration. Now coming to the last paragraph of the circular, which is talking about 96 capital A, subparagraph number 1. Friends, while exporting goods or services, the exporters need to make compliance with 96A capital 1. For goods, they need to export goods within 3 months from the date of issue of invoice, and for services, they need to get the convertible foreign exchange within 1 year. If they don't do so, they are required to pay back to the government the amount of refund they have received along with the interest. So now the important question is that some of the exporters were not making compliance with the above timelines in case of goods as well as in services, and they were paying IGST along with interest as a law-abiding citizens. So now the important question which were asked to the board, that what will happen in case they were not able to export within 3 months, but they were able to export after 6 months? What will happen if they receive convertible foreign exchange after, say, 2 years? So now the board has clarified that we have earlier clarified under 125/44 that the substantive benefit of exports will not be denied to the exporters in case ultimately they have exported goods and made compliance with the available rules and regulations. The benefit of refund shall also be admissible. And in case some of the exporters have paid IGST along with interest, they can get refund of that IGST, but the refund of interest will not be available. And if there is some unutilized ITC in their electronic credit ledger, they can get refund of that also. So now this has been clarified by the board, and they can use the others category for filing the refund application in that case. So friends, this was a discussion on the very important circular issued by the board, that circular number 197/09. I hope you have got some of the cues from this circular. It has added some of the value in your journey to the GST compliances and filing GST refund applications. Thank you very much for watching this. With this, I conclude this presentation. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.